Welcome to Black Desert Online, the closed beta. It doesn't look closed to me. There's probably more than 1,000 people in this village. Hello and welcome indeed, ladies and gentlemen, to Black Desert Online, the closed beta 2, or CBT2, as I'm going to be referring to it in the future, well, in this video. Black Desert Online is, as you may or may not know, a upcoming MMO that is going to be fully released very soon. It is a buy-to-play MMO for the price of $30, I think, right now. At the time of recording, you can get the full game, which is like the cheapest pack. But it does give you full access to the game once it's released, so that's about $30. Anyways, what is it? Is it just your typical standard run-of-the-mill buy-to-play MMO? No. No, it's not. The content list of Black Desert Online is so large that it would take me about a month to play through it all, go through it all, and then make a review at the end. This is not that type of video. I am not going to cover probably like 98% of the game. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, just like it says in the title, I'm going to give you my first impressions of the beta. This is some 15 to 20 minutes within the game. From the get-go, this is a sort of tutorial area. I've done the really basic stuff. Now we're on to a slightly more open area. What am I doing? I'm harvesting stuff right now. Why am I harvesting? Because there's buttons popping up and I'm tempted to do it. Okay, first of all, can I notice something? The animations for this game are bloody gorgeous. The colours are amazing. I've done a character creator first impressions, and it went really well. I don't not really well, but it went rather well in terms of popularity. There, I basically stated that for an MMO, this colour and this vibrancy, this really beautiful, sharp contrast, and this sort of colour palette that's used in the terrain and everything is good and works really well because it's an MMO. If it was a single player RPG, I would argue that this is way too strong. But here's the thing. It's an MMO, you're going to be playing a lot of it, and it is inevitably going to be monotonous, right? It's an MMO. By nature, they sort of are what they are, right? It's not like you can finish an MMO in 5 hours. It's gonna take time, right? If you're gonna commit to it seriously. And to keep you focused on the world, and to keep its beauty, it needs to be pretty bloody gorgeous and very colourful, okay? So, I'm going to show you something that, if you haven't seen the CBT2 test yet, it's going to run for the next couple of days. Basically, my first impression, the very first thing when I started this, the very first thing that came to mind is the combat in this game is flippin' amazing, okay? This is not your standard combat that you might expect from any other such MMO. Combat in this game is based on comboing, dodging, and it is really skill-based, okay? I made a character here based upon, you may, if you've seen, God, what's it called? Sword Art Online, then you may recognize the character a little bit. Thematically based it upon the main character of that anime, but, yeah, it reminds me of the combat in SAO quite a lot, though. Well, not really. It reminds me of that combat in the sense that it's skill-based. It's not a question of, I have bigger numbers than you, I win. Of course, there's going to be that. It's an MMO, right? They all have that. But skill is very important, and it's not just when to click left mouse, when to click the 3 button on your keyboard or on your mouse if you're using an MMO mouse. It's different. It's very much different from that. This, I'd like to introduce you, is, well, I'm going to call him Jeffrey. Okay? His name isn't Jeffrey, he's Weasel. No, he's not Weasel. Weasels are the things I've been killing. Okay, I'm going to call him Jeffrey. I'm assuming he is a dark evil spirit out on a quest to get my soul, but, for now, he's chosen not to eat me. I have no idea what this thing is. I'm not sure I want to know. Thing is, it's a bit crowded in CBT2 right now, as in every single server is full. My time is rather limited, and I'm going to try and make the most of it. Again, I would just like to stress out that this is a first impressions. I'm not reviewing the game, I'm not telling you this is like this is, A, B, C, D are good, I have complaints about this. It's not a review in any sense of the word, right? It is a first impressions. And take everything I say with a pinch of salt. Don't base your thoughts on the game just based on my video. It's don't do that. It's stupid. Okay. So I have learned some basic skills like drop kicking, but we're gonna get to the combat in a bit. Actually, we're gonna get to later in the video when I actually had a chance to test out the combat a little bit more. But for now, I want to show you some of the basic stuff. Okay, so you want to sit down. Son, come here, you want to sit down for this. But no, seriously, you want to sit down for this. Okay, I'm about to show you the main menu. Are you an idiot? Are you an idiot? You're going to show me the main menu and you want me to sit down? No, trust me. Trust me. Ready? That's the main menu. You know how you usually have like 5 buttons in the main menu? 6, sometimes? So 2, 4, 6. There's a lot there, okay? There's a lot. Conquest. I'm sorry for the for my voice. Basically, I have my throat hurts insanely and my jaw hurts as well. I'm on heavy drugs and painkillers just to be able to speak, but I can't miss this opportunity to show you guys this. It's important that I do a video like this. So I apologize if I can't really speak up, but it is what it is, right? Okay, so pets, black spirit, quests, skills, guilds, escape, world map knowledge. Okay, those are some of the most basic ones. Processing worker list. I have no idea what those are. Disconnect. Oh yes, that's obvious what it is. Guild rank, conquest, beauty. There's just everything. This is real life, the video game in a fantasy setting. I mean, seriously, look, I've been playing for, like, is it like 45 minutes? Actually, I'm going to tell you exactly how long I've been playing. I've been playing for 35 minutes. That's not true, I've been playing for 40 minutes. Right. I am completely overwhelmed. You'll notice at chat that I'm not the only one. Oh, God. I am, by the way, I should mention that I did not get a chance to participate in the first beta. Block. Kick. Stab. I let him attack me in the back, that's a shame. Yeah, I did not get the chance to participate in the first beta test, but, I guess take that into consideration when thinking about what my opinion on the game is, because it's a bit limited in that sense that I didn't, I didn't have a chance to experience this in the past, but I am completely and utterly overwhelmed. There are about 4 to 5 bars on the screen, and I have no idea what any of them indicate. To get to grips with this game is going to take time. I'm not going to be able, as I said, the beta doesn't last long. It's for the next couple of days. Thankfully, it does run for the full weekend. It ends in Monday, I think. So I am going to experience some of it, and I will post for future content about the game on the channel as well. But let's get into some other things that sort of jump out to me. Okay. First of all, harvesting, crafting, combat, all of that is on a level of a high-quality, extremely high-quality single-player RPG. This doesn't feel like an MMO. Despite that, it is a massive MMO. There are hundreds, if not about 1,000 people in this area. All of these guys are players. They're everywhere. It's because it's a beta, but we all started here, and the beta started a couple of hours ago. So yeah, I slightly regret choosing Warrior, as it may be the most boring of classes, but it also may be the least overwhelming, because it feels familiar, right? Press Control to move around your mouse if you want to do that. There's story that pops up here, and that's good. Can I criticize the beta for a second? The UI, i.e. things that are going to be changed. Okay, this is not permanent. Not this UI. This UI is fine. There are parts of, like, dialogues, some quests, stuff like that. Usually when people talk to each other, the camera's a bit off, the UI is a bit iffy at times. But those are things that we know are going to change very soon. So, that's the only critique I have of the game. I'm going to go down to... I'm going to talk about animations in a minute. Get skill experience. I'm going to grab health potions because I don't think I need anything else. See those weird creatures with sleepy eyes? Aren't they good toys to play with? I'm telling you, this is... He keeps saying, just trust me and you can call me at any time and whatever. That's an evil spirit that's going to probably eat my soul at one point in the game, and that's how the actual game begins. It's just a tutorial, I'm guessing. I don't know. Anyways, the animations. Combat-wise, they're over-exaggerated, which is not to say that that's a bad thing. I'm not criticizing it. You know, usually in 99% of the MMOs, they're all over-exaggerated, but it's kind of what you expect, isn't it? I mean, that's not how swinging a sword works. I mean, that you would, if you tried that in real life, you would get killed within 5 seconds. But it's that they look good, don't get me wrong. The combos, I will talk about combat in, like, the near the end of the video, about the various combos you can do when I actually had the chance to experience some more. But for now, animations. Left, right, up, down, and... Whoa. Whoa. You do a lot of the... Is this not the best walking backwards animation you've ever seen? Definitely is the best one I've ever seen. That looks good. That looks damn good. Okay? Jumping, running is standard. It looks okay. I mean, it doesn't... I don't have anything to say ill for it, but this... To see your character actually backing off, not just... How do I put this politely? Floating in reverse, as they usually do in most MMOs. To see him actually do... How do I put it? Like, proper movement is refreshing. Here's the thing. The game is completely overwhelming. Here's my answer why, okay? There. We're done. It even has a fucking pearl shop. I have no idea what that is. But the combat is complicated, yes. But it's not complicated in the sense of, oh, this is going to take me hours to learn. No, it's fairly simple to get into. You do your basic attack with the left mouse. You do your second, you do your number 2 attack with the right mouse, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0 as your, standard, as you usually do. You do an attack and then an ability, and you combo them. But if you do just abilities, you'll end up comboing them too. But it's not a great amount of combinations that you can pull. For example, chopping kick like that. But if I were to hit a couple of times and then do chopping kick, it would do something that doesn't look like that. It would do something else. So combos are key. Okay. Also, there's this. He doesn't float. Excuse me, I know this is not the main meat of the game. I know that the game has so much to offer, but can I just focus everybody's attention, including in the server, on how movement works? The movement in Skyrim and Witcher works, I'd wager to say slightly worse than this. Maybe Witcher's up there with it. Look at this. Nothing is floating. Check this out. He's perfectly grabbing the stone and jumping up on it. You have any idea in what you do if you play any MMO before this one? In all MMOs... Okay, that's a bad example. But in you know how the characters float? He shows a character floating. It's disgusting. You know how in MMOs people tend to float, your jumping seems to just be wrong, it just all feels wrong. It's so down to the ground and intuitive, and it just works very well. There's nothing, overly complex, but it works. And the fact that it works is important. It's difficult to get down right. I keep this, I keep repeating this in single player MMOs. People often forget and neglect the fact that movement doesn't always work that well. In MMOs, it's not like, you don't expect it to work very well. In this MMO, it works, and it works brilliantly. Okay, I just picked a fight with a wolf. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Never mind. I killed it, I think. Okay. Yeah, apparently on these beginning level beasts, you can just attack them from behind, and you'll do full damage. My problem is there is about 50 people around me at all given times. It's not doing wonders for the frame rate. Also not doing wonders for my ability to finish quests. I need to kill 3 foxes, which is going to take about 30 minutes, because they're all dead and I'm having trouble finding them. The map. The map looks like this. Here's my UI issues. Here's the issues with the map UI. The angle's weird. Can I change it? Yes, I can. It's still weird. No matter how you turn it, it's a bit weird. I don't like the map. I really don't. You may say it's subjective. It is and it isn't, though. Yes, it's you say I don't like something, it's always going to be subjective, but I really don't like the map. Does it work? Yes, it's fully functional. Don't get me wrong, it's functional, but compared to the world, which is bloody gorgeous no matter where you go and what you do. Hell, I bet I can find a desert in this game and still think it's absolutely gorgeous, which is, fun fact, it's the most difficult design problem to solve ever. Finding a desert and making it look good. There's very few games that do that successfully. The ones that do, though, do it damn successfully. Anyways, the information that you get on screen right now in terms of the UI is good. It's serviceable. They're gonna make it a bit more stylized. They're gonna tweak around with it. We know that for sure. But I don't like the map. Okay, I get that this thing is supposed to show the time. It's cool. I wish... actually, now that I say that, I should probably check. I wonder if there's a way to change the UI, and there is if you go in here and it says edit UI. Yeah, you can edit the UI, fair enough, and you can actually turn off the UI, which is good. Though in an MMO it's not that important, I suppose. Usually you tend to want to do it in single player games and RPGs, so you can get immersed into the game and shut down and turn off basically all AI forms. UI, sorry, not AI. No, God no. All forms of UI and to get immersed into the game. In an MMO, it's not exactly what you want to do, but the option's there. I wish that I could edit the map, and I don't think you can. Because I can't go into the options menu and check the map, can I? Let's actually check that right now. Yeah. There is apparently no way to edit the map. Don't like that. I wish that I could change the map. I really do. And have that... How would I change it? Well, it doesn't look good. I wish we could improve on the graphical and textual fidelity of the map. It doesn't need to have as much grass-like detail, but I wish that it was a bit more... that it resembled this a little bit more, right? Right now it sort of doesn't. Other than that, the entire UI of the map seems a bit finicky, and I wish... I wish for that to change in the full release of the game, but... we know that things like that will change. It's not even a question of if. It's just, we know. It's just a matter of time, right? Let's go over to beauty. Only available in a safe zone. Never mind. What else can I show? Die. Yes. You can die. what seems like absolutely everything. I don't know if you'll be able to dye all this when, Oh god, nudity, Um... I don't know if you'll be able to dye all this when the full game releases and how that's going to work, though I don't have any reason, I don't see any reason why not. I don't have any dyes right now, but yeah, you can color absolutely everything. The level of customization, by the way, is great. I wanted to show you guys the customization screen again, the character creator. They changed some very few subtle things in terms of the UI, but they made it much better. A few subtle tweaks in the UI, and the character creator looks... I'd wager to say looks ready to be fully released. Now, I will come back to you. I'm going to make a cut here, and I'm going to play the game for a couple of hours, and then go back to you with my impressions furthermore about combat and stuff. And you might say, well, it's not my first impressions if you play a couple of hours of it. Yeah, it's going to take me about half an hour to kill another fox, so it's still first impressions. Another thing that may be worth mentioning is that if we head over to the options menu, you might say, well, I don't look the way... let's get out of the combat zone. Get out of the combat zone. Okay. Peace and quiet. You might say, well, I don't like the way this looks. I don't like the colours. You can actually slightly tweak that. There is a photo filter. Do contrast, which is just black and white for me. You can do evening. Oops, should have applied. New mistake. Let's play on evening a little bit, see what you guys think. Even though that they say that the... Oh, where is it? Here it is. That the recommended setting is the default one. Let's apply this, and it does look like an evening, but it isn't really 100% complete yet. I recommend you play on the default one for now and give these a try when you know the game actually gets released. But worth mentioning that if you don't like the color palette, you can slightly change it. So I switched now over to my other character, Yen Vengerberg. Yes, the witch from the Witcher series. To show you that and some night gameplay. How is it different? Well, now you can see who's got the most neon bright hair. Other than that, functionally there isn't much that changes. I've changed over to a witch for several reasons. Sorry, this is a sorceress, and well, she's a sorceress in the in Witcher as well. Basically, sorceresses are more fun, let's be honest. They really, really are. As much as I love hitting things with a sword... Oh, yeah, monsters will become furious at night. So, right now there's no difference, but in a couple of minutes, we're all going to die. I hope not. Anyways. I wanted to show you some gameplay with her, and they definitively have different abilities available to them, and dare I say they seem a bit more entertaining to play than just simply bashing things with a sword. I wanted to show you this as well. It doesn't work. You hear me clicking? It doesn't work. It used to. Oh god. I used to be able to do instant escape with that. I'm not sure if I have to be in combat to use that. Probably I do, but it looks awesome, so I wanted to show that. Apparently not. Yeah, it's been a while, obviously, since I played from comparative to where the last bit of the video ended. But I've been playing for about 2 or 3 hours, and I managed to complete a couple of basic quests. You have no idea how difficult it is to finish a quest in a 10 by 10 size area When there's 200 people around you doing exactly the same quest, killing the same 5 foxes over and over again. This is a problem limited to the beta, I'm assuming, because, well, it's fairly obvious why. Anyways, I did not meet this guy last time. Who the hell are you? Node management, holy shit. Okay. Well, there's not much for me right now, but, yeah, thanks, I suppose. Can I just say, the number of gorgeous-looking characters is surprising. I expected more monstrosities to appear across the world, and fair enough, there are some. Even that guy looks gorgeous, even though he's a barbarian, or whatever they're called. I think that it's a barbarian. But yeah, the characters look rather nice. The game also has an auto-run feature. Yep, there we go. I am now not touching any keys on the keyboard. I can move around with the mouse. The game's playing itself, basically. Isn't that lovely? But no, I suppose I should be looking at some other things that I've noticed in the beta. Well, what have I noticed? Apart from it being almost physically impossible to do a lot of the quests. Am I too low level for this? Probably. Let's get out of here. I should probably, as I said, go into greater detail about some of the game mechanics that I've experienced and what I think about them, bearing in mind this is not a review again. Can't stress that enough. Instead, I'm going to put a disclaimer here. This is beta, okay? Beta is beta is beta, as they say. None of this is representative of the final product, and you should keep that in mind. Should have said that earlier in the video, but regardless, better late than never. I still haven't figured out how to sit, and do stuff like that. Can I do /sit? Yeah. Apparently not. Okay. Have I mentioned that the story stuff appears up here super conveniently, so you can read it. It's yeah, you can learn abilities right there. Okay. Fair enough. I suppose I should show it off. Now, so after another 2 hours of play, both on this character and the other, the chances of me providing any meaningful gameplay are fairly slim. That's gonna have to probably happen tomorrow in tomorrow's video or something, or one of the next videos that I do on Black Desert Online. I'm just gonna really quickly get the audio down a little bit. If you give me a second, where is it? Come on, where is it? Right there, you idiot. Yeah, let's get it down to like a 5. Moving on, though, to discussions about the game and my first impressions of it, which aren't really first impressions, but they're not a review by any sense of the word, so yeah. The game looks surprisingly complete, and I choose my words very carefully. The game is not complete in any way, shape, or form. There's problems with the game. There's content to be added to the game. Screw the problems for a minute. There is a whole load of content that needs to be added. Quests and the likes. But all that aside, we will get that soon. But, in spite of that, I feel like that the game is surprisingly complete. I mean, the guilds work from what I can see in the chat, which is not the best of sources, but yeah, apparently the guilds work. The combat is solid. I mean, I've been killing the same 3 imps over the course of what seems like forever now, but I'm giving up on killing these imps. It's just not possible at an age like well, at a time like this when there's like 200 people in each combat zone. Let's just go off into the distance and explore. So the game seems surprisingly complete, and I say that bearing in mind and knowing full well that the game is nowhere near complete. The day and night cycle is working, even though it's a bit weird how an hour ago we used to have more light than now when it's 7 a.m. It's just, I suppose, things like those are going to get fixed. Or maybe just exclusively local to me, to my experience with the game thus far. I don't know. Here's the thing: the game looks gorgeous. There's no question about that. The combat is great. The skill system and all that. I'm going to need about a month. Come talk to me in a month, and I'll tell you what I think about all the different skills and what exists. But here's the thing. Is one very important thing. It's not dumbed down and simple in that sense of the word, but it is very accessible in that they've done a great job at basically things make sense, right? As in, you need an axe to cut down a wood. A wood? Ha ba 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 ba. Oh, great speaking skills. Good job. 10 out of 10. You need an axe to cut down a tree. You need a pickaxe to mine some stone. Things like these make sense. Later down in the line, I'm assuming I'm going to need a better pickaxe to... A random arrow fell in front of me. I'm just crying out loud. I'm going to need a better pickaxe to acquire better metals, and I'm going to need crafting skills to craft myself better armor, leather from killed animals, right? Things like these make sense. It's not go and collect 10 bear asses so you can find the magical crystal of boring craftingmaness, and then you can craft another crystal, which then allows you to craft a potion, which then allows you to craft a fireplace. There are games that do it like that, and thankfully this is not one of them. Okay, thankfully, here you can actually... Are these imps? Are you kidding me? The best way to complete this quest is to go 30,000 miles away from where the quest is. Well, not 30,000 miles, but like miles away from where the quest area is and then complete it. You know what? Exploration reward. That is... Exploration rewarded. That is great. Can I just say that's great? Because the game devs... Thumbs up. Huge thumbs up. You can complete this quest outside of the combat zone predefined by the game. Amazing. Thank you. You have no idea how annoying this would have been if I couldn't have done that. So thank you. Let's try and actually provide some gameplay that makes sense in the sense of actually shows combat instead of chasing around for the same imp. About 2.5 hours, which is more or less what I've been doing back and forth. Well, that and the rad roaches and all sorts of nonsense like that. That's a raider. Yeah, I need to kill raiders. Usually like I've seen a lot of people comment that like the most important thing for them are the animations and like we've seen in the game and we've seen in WoW as well. They're getting brand new animations and it's like a big thing and yeah, but I guess it's kind of important because it's what you're going to be doing for the majority of the time, right? You're going to be doing this a lot of the time, and I guess it's important that it looks good. And this game is definitively up there. I mean, this is really good. I mean, it looks really, really good. There was an amulet here at despawn. I'm just going to wait for it to respawn again. And no, I'm just going to help people finish their quests. Because I'm a nice guy like that. Anyways, take a look again at the maze that is this screen. We have no pets, apparently. But yeah, I'm not sure I want a pet right now. I wanted to see all the different skills. So there's combat right now. I don't have any other skill, not that I can see. And I would rather see the UI for skills get changed into like a tree or something like that, or circle, if that makes sense, rather than this. But it's functional. Don't get me wrong; it's absolutely functional. It's just a little bit. I don't know. It's a bit annoying to have to scroll through all that with a lot of space in between all the lines. But those are just minor UI problems that I have with the game. On the whole, I haven't. I'm having a difficult time trying to point out something that's bad. Aside from the usual bugs that happen because it's a beta and things associated with, but again, I'm surprised at how complete the game looks. Aside from not having an end game and not having a huge degree of quests and stuff like that, we're gonna get later on. I already mentioned. I'm repeating myself, I know, but it's shocking to me just how many features of the game are complete for a closed beta test, which is it's not even like a beta, a proper beta. It's just a technical demonstration that's going to last for a couple of days. And in spite of all this, the game has shown very quickly, in a very brief few hours, it's shown its strengths, and it passed in my opinion with flying colors. But moreover, I am not someone that I'm not a very MMO person, if that makes any sense. As in, I don't play a lot of MMOs, and the ones I do, I usually don't play them a lot. It's not to say I don't play MMOs to begin with. I played Star Wars: The Old Republic a lot. I've played WildStar quite a bit. Now, there are MMOs I quite enjoy, and then MMOs that I played for a longer period of time. And I tell you what, the game justified its price and its its hype as well with this beta. I like my overall impressions to begin with, because again, I haven't reviewed it. I'm going to need to play it to the end, and then after the beta ends, I'm going to give you my sort of review of what I've seen and what I've experienced. But other than the really, really annoying quests of kill 10 imps, which take way longer than they should for simple reasons of there's too many people doing them at the same time, other than that, I haven't found anything wrong with the game. Mind you, I haven't looked at a lot, but yeah, what about performance? Performance, I guess we can talk about, because it doesn't take an expert or a veteran of the game to figure that out. Considering it's a beta, great. For the release, pretty good. Pretty good. Not amazing, pretty good. In crowded areas, FPS is going to tank on every single card, both processor and graphics card. It's going to tank absolutely everywhere. You know it's going to tank, and there is nothing you can do about it. But, thank fuck. What? Someone else destroyed it. Of course they did. And I did like half the damage, and it's still not enough, apparently. Okay. Thanks, game. But yeah, it's gonna tank in like really crowded areas. But for the most part, I'm playing on high, and I'm getting upwards of 30, somewhere between 30 and 40 FPS when I'm not frapsing it. Mind you, frapsing it reduces the FPS quite a bit, so what you're seeing is not exactly realistic. But when I'm not frapsing it, it performs rather well. It really does. Then again, I do have quite a beastly computer, so I don't expect problems. I should get up to 60, I know. Like, Nvidia cards get way better performance like they usually do, but around 40 FPS in moderately populated areas is completely acceptable, and like, it's not an FPS game or a tactical or a shooter or whatever. It's just it's an MMO. Like, the tolerance for FPS there is, I think, slightly more relaxed and lenient, if you will, compared to competitive RTS games and FPS games and even RPGs. Not competitive RPGs, just regular RPGs. Competitive RPGs. Who can roleplay a mercenary the best? Oh, for crying out loud. But in my mind, here's the thing, I'm not being really fair to the game because my experience with it thus far has been waiting like this, about 20 minutes or so, for a amulet to spawn. So that I can hack at it with black magic. It's not the most engaging of gameplay, but what did I expect? It's a beta, right? Oh, thank fuck. Kill it. Yes, excellent. Okay. Hopefully, the most boring and annoying of quests are done now. Please don't tell me. Steel Imps. Okay, Steel Imps I've seen. They shouldn't be that difficult to kill, I hope. I wonder how crafting is going to go and gathering of supplies. That's going to be a nightmare. There's going to be like 20 people on each rock waiting for more to spawn. Other than that, though, I haven't, which is, mind you, very important and very distracting from the game itself. Yes, but other than that, I haven't seen much in the way of bugs. It's a pretty stable beta as well. I've been playing for a couple of hours straight without connection issues, without being kicked out of the server needlessly, without any problems. It's a surprisingly stable beta, and it's a second beta. We're getting dangerously close to the full release of the game, so I guess it's to be expected that the game's much more stable. But yeah, it's like I've been since the very early start of the beta, since like the initial rush, everybody's going in at the same time, servers overloaded and all. I've been in the game since then, and I think I've only lost connection once. So, and I'm gonna tell you again how much I played at this point. It was about like 3.5, 4 hours. So, yeah, it's quite a bit. Anyways, I should probably go. I'll leave this area and go to the. Because I'm smart like that, eh? Because there's slightly higher level imps over there, but there's not 5,000 people killing them, so we might as well go over there. That's one, that's pretty much the only issue that you saw right there that I had with the game. The popping in of characters like that, it seems weird. I don't know if I can tweak that. I don't know if that's on my end. Probably is. But it just seems a bit aggressive. If they can hide it a little bit better, I'd appreciate it. But I mean, these are just the most minor of complaints that one can have. I'm gonna check out some of the other skills in the game if able to. Okay. Node management. Oh, this thing again. Yeah, let's leave. Let's go to, like, elsewhere. Go to greener pastures, as they say. Explore around a little bit, show you the rest of the game, rather than the initial, like, starting area or whatever. Oh, never mind, we found imps. Screw that, we're going to kill imps. Soldier, you can kill soldiers, I don't care. Raider, soldier. Literally a fox, okay. There we go. There's none around here, is there? Nope. I need steel imps, so. Hello. Hello there. Let's go to you immediately, because you look moderately cool. The structures, I haven't had a chance to see many of them, so, I can't really comment on structure design or big buildings or cities like that. Well, in the game right now, what I've seen from screenshots is another story entirely. Hello. Can you believe this? Its skin itself is armor. Our spears might be as rubber toys. uh, climb the ladder, storms of winter. Yeah, it takes a while. Am I losing stamina as I'm climbing the ladder? Are you kidding me? That's stupid. Okay, that's just stupid. I'm gonna lose stamina as I climb the ladder. I suppose it's not stamina, it's energy, right? Same thing. Here we are. Hello. Imps, tons of them. Oh, was there a dialogue option? Nope, never mind. Let's test the fall damage in the game. Oh! Okay. Have you ever seen this? Am I being crazy? I'm being crazy, aren't I? I've never seen characters do this in my life in a MMO. That's not a lot of fall damage, to be honest. It's we'll definitively survive. Anyway, we can learn new skills. Let's learn new skills, more skills, all of the skills. No idea what this does. Boosts defense. Nice, like it. I would say I like it. I love it. I want some more of it, but I can't. And like, it's gonna take 4 minutes for it to cool down. So. Oh dear. Map again. Let's go there, I suppose. Exploration. The amount of people in this beta is absurd. Absolutely absurd. Should have mentioned this again at the start. Don't pay attention to the chat, because I occasionally look at it and I regret it as soon as I look. This is very common in MMOs. There's like 500 people around you. I have no idea how you're having a conversation with me. Okay. You want me to go there? I can go there. How big is the map? Answer very. Not that big though. Not that big. Well, for now, obviously, but yeah, could be bigger. Eh, it'll suffice for the time being, though. I would like it to be a little bit bigger if at all possible. Eventually, mind you, to get from here to there takes about 3 to 4 minutes. Oh no, it takes about 2 minutes. 4, 6, 15 minutes between these two? On horseback? I don't know. I'll stick with my initial claim. It could be bigger. Like an unsatisfied woman, and I am never going to hear the end of it. For that joke. Nathan, node manager of. I don't like the name node manager. Seems out of character for this fantasy setting that we're put in, but fine. Whoops, wrong button. Weapon rack. Literally nothing I can do with it. Hello. I need you to repair my stuff. No I don't. Not yet. I want to see if I can buy something from you. Yes, I can. How much money do I have? I have 1,000. Okay, I can buy a militia axe. Don't need it. Strong staff. Wizard witch exclusive. I am a sorceress, so none of that. Is there not junk? No? Because I would have thought the Impstorn Ornament is a junk. Yeah, vendors would buy this at a cheap price. It's literally junk. Okay. The game could use a hold on. Is this like a just useless weed? You can sell it for a cheap price. Yeah, you know what? I don't like this. First of all, I need to have like a calculator pop up as soon as I decide to do something in terms of selling. That's not exactly the best. But I could use with a clear all junk button. I really could. Because there's items that the merchants would simply buy and sell. They have no practical use whatsoever. So I'd like to see a sort of sell all junk button, basically. From what I can see, that there's items that I don't need, like that simple weed. I could be wrong, but the game told me otherwise. So, map again. Let's go and so remove the yeah, like that. Move the waypoint. See what we can maybe find some quests. Do a bit of exploring. Give me a quest. Yeah, it's Hearthstone. Captain might listen to me now, but he must be always ready to change according to the situation. Hey, you rookie, would you like a job? Lots of grey wolves. Yep. Go kill them. Sick 'em. Can I put like this quest as primary one? Thank you very much. Yeah, there we go. I love the path on the ground that you can follow. It's absolutely great. And the fact that you can just auto-go there without any sort of button pressing or hassle or trouble whatsoever. It's just Control-T and you're on your way. That is unless you're an idiot and accidentally press a button halfway there. Anyways. Go! This course there's going to be fire. No, there actually isn't that many people doing this quest. I've chosen correctly by leaving the starting area, apparently. Which, in retrospect, sounds a lot more stupid than I thought it would be. Okay. Let's go and kill wolves. Oh, I need to engage in combat mode, obviously I do. How are you going to kill people outside of combat mode? Well, there are ways. I mean, there's... Someone named their horse parking. I find that way too funny. Yeah, the grey wolf population of this area is, I would say, severely diminished. I know there's no such thing as overkill, but I think that NPC hired a few too many players to kill grey wolves in this area. Mind you, they are tough beasts. I'm fighting them with armor and... a lot tougher than the imps I've fought for like hours, so whatever. I still can't get over the fact that someone named their horse parking. I'm going to have to do that. Yep, there we go, outside of combat mode. So, this is, again, a bit further and later on in the game again. There are known issues with the beta that just popped up. Again, I'm doing this as it comes in. So, there's apparently some text overlapping, with German and French, as well as I think I noticed this when when there was a tip there, and I clicked on it, and there was some text that was just gibberish down there. I think that was the text overlapping as well in English, and there's also some issue with the helmets. Basically, you go bald when you pick one up. When you put it on, I think something like that. That's just a beta issue. I mean, we expect those things to happen, right? So, also, hold on. Oh yeah, we can greet him. Nice.
Have you heard the rumors about boars causing trouble around farms?
Oh, these are unknowns. I thought that might have been a bug. Okay, never mind. Yeah, these are. I think that we should sort of draw a closure to the video. I said I was going to talk about combat a little bit more, and I am going to do so now. And I thought we should end the video because it's been going on for a while. I can't get over how awesome that is. Like, our ability to, or rather your character's ability to just grapple onto stuff like that freely. It's just amazing. Okay, let's jump over the invisible walls and find something to hit and talk a little bit more about the combat. Combat is all about learning combos. If you've ever played something like Mortal Kombat, something like or any fighting game really, you'll know that combos are all important, and also do that. And it's just about learning different combinations of your attacks, and of course gear is influential there, and weapons and upgrades and buffs and stuff like that are always going to be important in an MMO, but combos, of course, very important as well. Like so. It's awesome. W and F, right? Yep. And these are just the simplest combos you get at the start. I am actually very curious as to how this will work in the future. Please don't tell me I can't kill a grey boar. Yeah, I can. Never mind. So, like, does it really have 1,000,000 HP and I can't kill it? That's stupid. Nope. Got it. Anyways. Oh. Didn't see it there. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, I am definitely going to be doing more of this because I got in the beta and I feel like it's almost my duty to, what's it called? Justify the key that was given to me, and I'm going to play this a bunch more over the weekend, and eventually, about come Monday, I will make more serious content. As in, more review-esque type about certain aspects, certain skills and quests, and what do I think of them, and stuff like that, right? I'm also going to look at combos and then some more advanced features in the videos to come, but these were basically my first expressions. I just wanted to share with you guys this. Again, I mentioned in the beginning that this is not a serious review video by any stretch of the imagination, that this is just basically my opinion on the game off the get-go, right? There's no like, it's not a serious review or anything, and you were warned at the very start. Anyways, yeah. The combat here's the thing, it shows off what it's got very early on, and you're pretty much going to stick with it. As in every MMO, the combat gets repetitive after a while, right? I think this combat system has plenty, though, to keep you interested in it. To keep you interested in the game, and to keep you coming back to the game to fight stuff, because, you know, that's obviously what you're going to be doing for the vast majority of the time. You're going to be grinding and killing people and leveling up, like so. It's almost like I think these conversations out. Trust me, I don't. Yeah, but I think the various attacks, the animations, and the combinations of weapons and attacks that you can use, as well as the PvP, and how you can synchronize your attacks and work in sync and complement each other in groups, in PvP as well. I think that's going to be a major factor in keeping you interested in the game. I am obviously very new to this, as I mentioned. I need to learn a lot more about the way this works. I mean, I'm not absolutely sure what all of my abilities do, if I'm honest. Though, I will say that the UI for the abilities and stuff is very useful. Like, it will show you the combos. Things you need to learn are a bit extensive and a bit difficult, maybe, at times, if you're coming from a different MMO, right? You need to, like, learn which buttons to click when and how they work. So it's like, okay, let's try this. It's, let's just press tab, yeah. So let's say there's a bunch of enemies there. We press the backwards and F does that. Backwards and 3 does that, apparently. Okay, actually, hold on. Let me just, left, right, and this. Yeah, it does that. It's like more of an AoE attack. You get to see, yeah, you see, that's your 1, that's your 3 attack. Your 2 attack, what does it do? Left shift plus left mouse button. And you do that, which is kind of awesome. I've tried to play this, mostly thus far I've been playing it mouse exclusive with like the 6 buttons on the side because I've got to raise a hex. Apparently there's a lot of simultaneous button clicking to do. There's also like, see, now we're getting into complex stuff. You do that, and then that, and then that, I think, and then that, and that does a combo. Yeah. S and... Yep. So, various combinations, many of them, many of them. Some of your enemies are also immune to stuff, which is reasonable but annoying. Anyways, my name is Juggernaut. Please remember to like and subscribe down below if you enjoyed this video. And, well, until next time, take care. These have been my first impressions of Black Desert Online, the CBT2, or the Closed Beta 2. Farewell, and take care.